When optimal health and vitality are your goals, you have to pay attention to your digestion, and I invite you to join me for the next few minutes while I share a few powerful tools to do just that, and an inspiring client story about what that can really look like and how you can learn more essential digestive wellness tools. By now, you've heard the buzzwords like SIBO, FODMAPs, leaky gut, or IBS, and while you've heard those terms, you might still not know what they are. What I have come to realize is that optimal health boils down to digestion. It's true, we are what we eat, but also what our microbiome eats and how well we can absorb and assimilate the foods we put into our body. In order to truly nourish every cell in the body, things have to be working well, and it's important to be choosing foods that have what your body needs. When I first wanted to become a nutrition professional, I'll never forget a good friend saying to me, "Who sees a nutritionist? What are you thinking?" Well, I hadn't been thinking about anything but my passion to learn more because of my own personal journey. I had to shift my own relationship with food to that of being counting calories, fat grams, and all kinds of dieting rhetoric, to one of healing, nourishment, and exploring the diverse terrain of whole foods that I was also learning how to grow. I personally had a long history of antibiotics and illness growing up. As I began to learn more and experiment with ferments, eating more vegetables and balanced meals, I knew that I was healing my body with food. I could just feel it. I started listening to my body's sign language and made changes that helped me to heal. And yes, I did study nutrition and Ayurveda and taught nutrition at Bowman College for over 7 years, and I've been in the field for over 13 years now. And right now, I'd love to share a few powerful tools to improve your digestion and a way to join me for even more knowledge and tools that you can use to reclaim and build upon your health. Why am I so confident saying that your health is all about the health of your gut? Because your digestive system is so complex and there's this amazing convergence that happens there. In the gut, we have over 100 million neurons that connect to the brain. 70% of your immune system is in your gut, and your microbiome, which actually outnumber your body's own cells 10 to 1, helps not only with digestion, but actually educates your immune system. Some scientists call the gut the largest endocrine gland because of all the hormones that it produces to regulate not only our digestive process, but also our mood. Knowing that these three systems converge in the gut and that their health will determine our overall health creates an opportunity for us to take note and take care of our digestive system. So yes, digestion really is that important. Not to mention the pleasure food can give us and what happens when we cook for others and gather around the table to share a meal. Food connects us. It's part of our heritage, our traditions, and unfortunately today, a lot of the modern day addictive processed foods out there can also harm us. Our body's biology and DNA have not adapted to highly processed sugar, white flour, additives, chemicals, and today's modern day farming practices. The health of the people worldwide and in the Western world reflects this shift in our food system. It's critical to not only acknowledge this, but to educate ourselves so that we can take back our health and live a vital life. And it starts not only with what's on our plate, but how we're eating. In case we haven't met, I'm Mary Sheila Ganella, a board-certified holistic nutritionist and Ayurvedic practitioner. And right now, I want to share a few mindful eating tips with you that can positively impact your digestive wellness. And don't forget, I have a great story at the end to share about 2 of my clients who had amazing transformation when they educated themselves and implemented the practices of mindful eating. The first practice I'd like to share with you is to take a few breaths before a meal. I know it sounds so simple, right? And it is, as long as you remember to do it. But taking a deep breath before a meal, especially when your exhale is longer than your inhale, will help your body to access the parasympathetic nervous system, also known as the rest and digest system. We have this amazing ability to transform our food into us. This is the delicate balance of the digestive teamwork, which includes chewing, acids, enzymes, and hormones, which are all secreted when we eat. And we will have more output when we are in the rest and digest mode. Even our microbiome functions better with mindfulness. If you're multitasking, like watching the news, scrolling Facebook, driving in your car, your body will likely be in sympathetic fight or flight nervous system, and you'll have less output of digestive secretions and motility. It really does make a difference. The second tip I'd like to give you when it comes to mindfulness is to put your fork down between bites. Again, simple as long as you do it. Did you know that you have a hormone that signals when your stomach is at capacity, and that hormone is telling you to stop eating because your stomach is full? It's called leptin, and it plugs into the hypothalamus, which is a small endocrine gland in your brain. This little gland controls all your hormonal systems and supports digestion. So this connection between the gut and the brain is what I like to call a mindful connection. It's essential to when it comes to the quantity and how much you eat at a meal that is best for you. So slow down, put your fork down between bites so that you can start to hear the message of fullness. Even if your mom or dad told you to eat everything on your plate, I'm telling you now, slow down, put your fork down, take some deep breaths before a meal. You don't have to eat it all. Truly, your body will thank you. And take it from me, I'm one of 7 kids. I know why you might eat fast and what that might mean to eat fast. Okay, third tip, use your senses. When you choose to have something, whatever food it is, take a few breaths and use your senses. Look at your food, smell it, notice the colors, the texture, the temperature. Summon up gratitude for the food that will become you. The more you can connect to your food with your senses, again, the more you will be turning your digestion on, which is essential. And as they say, what you appreciate appreciates. I bring up mindfulness to this conversation about digestive wellness because in our fast-paced world, number one, most of us did not learn about nutrition, and many of us have been flying by the seat of our pants, even when it comes to food. When it comes to eating, you might think, what's the quickest way I can get a meal in between meetings or soccer games, or what's the easiest food to eat in the car while driving, or the best new protein bar or protein powder so I don't have to cook. I know you might not do that all the time, but probably more than you want to. But with mindfulness, this allows the body to relax into rest and digest and gives you a better chance to get the most from your food. You work hard to put food on the table for yourself and loved ones, and it's worth it to pay attention. This short video is part of a larger training you can sign up for, which is all about digestion. I'll share with you what needs to be in place when it comes to optimal digestion and how you can put your own detective hat on and start learning more about how food is meeting your physiology so that you can truly nourish yourself. This month's Vitality Club theme is all about digestion. I invite you to sign up for this powerful training that will give you insight and inspiration into how your gut works and what your body might be telling you. Here's what I'll be teaching in this month's session. First of all, we'll talk more about mindfulness and the gut-brain connection, which includes the vagus nerve, the microbiome, and the immune system. We'll talk about the acid-alkaline balance in the digestive tract and how that relates to the foods you eat. Which foods are more acid-forming, which are more alkaline, and how can you find the balance with every meal? I'll also take you on a tour of the digestive tract. We'll follow your food from the first bite to the other end, but more importantly, we'll discuss some of the main things that could go wrong, what symptoms to look for, and ways you can address them with nutrients, food, self-care practices, and when to seek outside help. And I'll be sharing some of the top foods when it comes to healing the gut, how to eat it if you have digestive issues. It's not just one size fits all, and I'll break it down so that you understand what could be happening, especially, again, if you've heard those buzzwords, SIBO, FODMAPs, leaky gut, or IBS. I know it can get confusing out there. You'll get all this if you sign up for the Digestive Wellness Essentials Masterclass, and you'll get healing recipes and handouts. And after you watch the class, which you'll have access to right away, you can join the live community Q&A call where you can get your questions answered. I'd love to have you. You can sign up for a single class, or you can learn more about joining the Vitality Club for a whole year. So real quick, coming back to mindful eating and my inspiring story. I had 2 people join me for a year of mindful eating classes, which is like joining the Vitality Club. And here's what happened to them. Nancy and her husband Mark started coming to classes not too long after he retired. Once they began learning, they felt like they were able to weed through the information out there and even the misinformation and begin to learn in easy to digest portions, connecting the dots between food, sleep, hydration, movement, self-care, and a host of other things that they didn't necessarily think of as falling under the category of nutrition. Well, after a year of making changes, Nancy and her husband collectively lost 250 pounds, dozens of inches, and as she says, they're shadows of their former selves. But more importantly, they're eating healthier than ever. They're hiking, playing sports, being far more physically active than they had been in years, decades even. Her husband was able to cut out nearly all of his medications as well as his sleep apnea machine, and both of them have greatly improved their sleep through proper eating. It's amazing what we can do. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Please join me for the Digestive Wellness Essentials Masterclass, and I'll see you on the live community call and in the private Facebook group. See you on the inside. Follow the link to learn more and sign up. Thanks so much.